The new release of the 2 chapters, what better time to talk about it? What I'm talking about is Berserk. If you don't know about what Berserk is, let me give you a quick rundown without any spoilers. Berserk is about a boy named Guts that was adopted into a mercenary gang. He ends up having to leave that mercenary gang for purposes, joins another mercenary gang led by a man named Griffith. The mercenary gang is called Band of the Hawks. Now this all sounds lovey-dovey, but it is absolutely brutal. Like, I honestly can't recommend Berserk to everyone just on how brutal it is. Personally, my favorite just because of how much it's taught me about life itself. Enough of that. What I'm going to be talking about here is my top 5 favorite things that I learned from Berserk. Anyone can change. In Berserk, there's often a lot of change that goes on during the story. From the people, the landscape, everything around you just is constantly changing, and it feels so immersive in the story. Why this is so important to me is that I feel like people don't realize that they can change themselves. We often go through life not realizing our true potential, where we see the transformation of Guts, going from this lone boy that constantly blocks off everyone and having what he calls a new family. The feeling of emotions. Sometimes we can be overfilled with emotions, wanting to express them no matter what. Say for example, sadness. The way I look at sadness is that it can be emotion that you can stop. You can look at sadness as a being and you choose if you want to be hurt by it or not. You have to realize it's there, realize that you're hurting yourself from it, and discard yourself from the sadness. I feel like this can personally go with all emotions. Following someone you don't believe in is a fool's errand. Here's a quote that I really enjoyed that I help reflect on the quote. In the mirror every morning and ask myself, if today were the last day of my life, would I want to do what I'm doing today? Whenever the answer has been no for too many days in a row, I know I need to change something. As simple as it sounds, we often go through life following in people that we don't believe in. They could be family or just really close people because we feel a necessity to follow them. And think just because they're family, it's a necessity to follow them. I'm not saying that you should abandon your family, but what I am saying is just look who you're following. The people you follow reflects on yourself as a person. That goes with your friend group too. You want to try and always have friends that actually want to do something with their life. If you don't have a friend group like that, you're not in a friend group, you're in a cage, and you have to break free from that cage. Perspectives of good and evil. I feel like the perspectives of good and evil are really as not black and white as they may seem. Throughout our childhood, we tend to believe that there's a good guy and a bad guy, and these are two opposites. What Berserk shows you is the realities of good and evil, that these concepts are more fantasy than you might seem. Guts is in no way perfect at all. He's done some downright horrible things, but that just makes him even more human. Through seeing all Guts' struggles and his imperfections, it gives you some gratitude. Gratitude about your life, that your life isn't as perfect as it should be. We are all human beings. We make mistakes, but we have to learn from them. If we don't learn from our mistakes, then we're no good than animals. This actually concludes the video. Best way to support me is subscribe, hit that like button, and turn on notifications. Again, friends, for watching, and have a good day.